Hi everyone, and welcome back to our backyard garden. Well, today we're going to make a video about a subject that is very important, but I don't think I ever really talk about, or maybe I seldom talk about. But today we're gonna talk about videos really quick. Okay, this topic real quick. So here I'm at this section here of my garden with all the bitter melons. Recall all these bitter melons were here last year, and all these plants here, they're about almost 5 feet now in the trellis. They're all volunteers, including some of this millbar spinach here. They all volunteer. So the reason why they're here, because of the seeds that were deposited from last season plants. I usually allow the plants to produce the fruits, and then I allow them to go all the way to seeds, so I can collect the seeds. But unfortunately, sometimes I don't have the time to collect the seeds, and I don't have the space to grow them, to plant them. And sometimes I collect them and I give it to, I give it to my friends and whoever wants it. And sometimes I give it to my viewers and my other, when I was at other location in the other city. I actually have some of our subscribers and viewers come to my property, and I gave them plants, extra plants and seeds and whatnot. But today, really, the subject is about really collecting seeds and how important seeds are to, to our backyard garden, growing. Now, seed can be pretty expensive if you were to buy some of the seeds. And even if you buy a package of seed, it might cost you, okay, a few dollars, $3, $2, whatever the cost might be. Some seeds are more expensive. The rare ones are more expensive. The bitter melons are not that expensive, maybe $2, $3. But they're not always guaranteed to germinate or to sprout in your garden. Sometimes, the seed can, they're bad and they don't germinate. So you're wasting a lot of money. But the whole point is that you don't really have to buy a lot of seeds. Once you start growing in your garden, you should be able to have the stock from the previous season, so you can use them again over and over again. Because those seeds and those plants are tested, right? So all this bitter melon here, all the fruits here, I've been growing this for I don't know how many years, and they're the same plants. So that's really the advantage of having your own seeds. And you can see here I have all this bitter melon seeds here. Look at this, right? So many of them, hundreds and thousands of them here. Because some of the fruit from last season, they were ripened, and I didn't take them down, and then they just completely deposit everywhere into the garden. Look at this, right? And here the millbar spinach. Now some of the seeds I will collect just for the sake of it, because I want to grow them in a pot, something like that. The millbar spinach seeds are, you have to wait them really until they're really dry. Otherwise, the seed has this really intense purplish, reddish color, and can stay in your hands and your shirt and whatever. But the bitter melons are pretty cool. They're pretty easy to extract. The seeds are quite big. The millbar spinach seeds are a little bit smaller. Okay, same thing with the potato. See, all these potatoes were here several years ago. I grew them and I forgot about them. And they produce so much potato for me. And I collect them. I had potato yesterday for lunch, for dinner. But they continue to grow, and somehow they like this pot, this pot of soil here, because it's very sandy. So potato roots can produce very easily. So the bitter melons are always here, the potatoes are always here in the same place. I don't mind it because I just don't have the space to move them around. You should rotate your crops into a different area. But since if you don't have space, then you can only do the best you can. But the potato, I'm not going to collect them. I'm going to continue to put them back into the ground. And then eventually they'll produce new potato plant like this guy right here. Okay. So here also the scallion, or green onion. they produce, each of this bowl produce hundreds of seeds. And the seeds are tiny, like sesame. Yeah, that's how exactly how they look. They look like sesame seeds, black little dot. And this plant's been here for a while too, maybe over several years. But I haven't been able to collect the seed. And the soils here seem to be difficult to grow the scallion because it's very dry. They like more water, right? And of course these herbs here is also from last season. But the seeds are tiny also, just kind of like lettuce seeds. It's very small and it's completely deposited everywhere. And it's a little bit difficult to collect, but you can if you wanted to. So moving along here, so here's the little bar spinach. Like I say, they produce this tiny little fruit here. And then each of those, and here you can see the flowers. But I already thinned them out. There are literally thousands and thousands of little bar spinach plant here. And this is how the seeds look like. Okay, when they dry it out, this is how they look like. Tiny, huh? Tiny little seeds. And this one you can actually collect and deposit and store them in a dry, nice dry place, so you can use them. All right. So those are millibar spinach. And what else do we have here? Now we actually have cucumber here, but I couldn't collect the seeds. Some of them actually germinate, but the cucumber require a lot of heat. And this section here, I do see the cucumber come up, but they're so tiny. Look at that; they're not doing so well. And those cucumber, I can tell you that those are cucumber, and then a lot of those are millibar spinach as well. Okay. So, but one seed, I think I will collect them because I have so many of them. Oh, the tomatoes, obviously, you don't really. You can collect them, but tomatoes tend to be the easiest to produce and to grow. So I would just allow some of the fruit to go to seed, turn red and let them deposit into the ground. And voila, next season you have plenty of tomato plant. Or when they ripen, you just tear them up the fruit and disperse the fruit everywhere in your garden. So you want to allow the maximum probability of them germinating, right? And then you can dig them up and move them to different location if you like to. So also the Pirelli here, all this, they produce tiny seeds as well, but it's not difficult to collect. There's thousands and literally thousands of seeds. Same thing with the Thai basil. They're going to flowers now, and once they go into seed, now the basil seeds are tiny, much smaller than the sesame seed. They block the little dot. Difficult to, you can collect them, but you don't really have to collect the seeds from the Thai basil. You can use the cutting. Okay, you can use the cutting, especially the one that's really mature like this one. Soak them in, put them into water for overnight or something like that, and then plant them. Try and keep them moist, and they will grow. Okay. Obviously, the pepper, same thing. You can definitely collect the seeds. Here's this is one. Hey son, come on over here. This is the one that I will definitely collect the seed because they've been everywhere, hundreds and thousands of seeds. So this is nasturtiums. This is one of the, I think they call it the bush variety, the dwarf variety, but they can climb pretty well too. Here's all the seeds, Pop. Look, the ones some of them dried out. Can you collect them? Can you put them into a daddy? Okay, thank you. Look, there's literally hundreds and thousands of them. Look at this. Oh my God, there's so many, huh?
Wait, do I get the dry ones?
Yeah, just put all of them in to a bag. So we're gonna collect them and put them in a little Ziploc bag here. Because look at this, each one of this contains how many seeds on it. Look, I just picked them up. But you want them to be really dry. This one is still kind of like, right? And they'll germinate really easily. Nasturtium is really prolific too if you allow them to grow. And they will take over your garden. But they're very friendly plant, and they're just beautiful flowers. They produce beautiful flowers. Once they're established, The nasturtium is very hardy. Look at this. They're literally, look at this. Oh my goodness. They're literally incubating this. Here, come here. Yeah, you want to collect the, well, I guess you can pick up all the one that, whatever you like. Or the dry one, especially the dry one, okay? Yeah, not the one with the hollow, the one really like solid one like this. Yeah, and you can pick up all this. Oh, don't step on them, okay? So this is nasturtiums, one of the variety that I planted, again, several years ago. And I forgot about it and it keep coming back. And then the seeds has been dispersed all over the place, including the other area. I want to show you real quick. All right. Okay, let me move over here, son. All right. So here, oh, my garden's a mess. So here on this side also, look. Okay. So it's very dry here. That's why they kind of start dying out. That's their life cycle. But they produce new plant pretty quickly, actually. Once the temperature it's right, they have enough moisture, they will continue to germinate throughout the summer. Okay. So what do we have here? We have a lot of other stuff here that I don't even know what we have. There's some other plants here. And then I also collect not seeds, but actually maple tree from our neighbor plants. Tree that they produce hundreds and thousands of seeds every year. And this is a maple tree here. So I have, you know, and they kind of, I've been trying to grow them into maturity, but I've been having a difficult time because the weather is so, you know, change so quickly. Sometimes too cold, sometimes too wet, sometimes too dry. And the young maple trees sometimes could not adapt quickly enough to the change of weather. So that's maple tree, and I have a lot of them. And here, it's also another plant that I grow in other, you know, in my old previous location. It's the California poppy flowers. They can grow pretty well, and they can deposit a lot of seed into the ground. I don't see any seed pod here, and maybe I do see some, but it's tiny. The seed pod usually come out from the flower like this from here. This about maybe 2 inches long, and inside each one of those contain maybe hundreds of seed pods, and they're tiny little black dots. So, and here again, also some more nasturtiums. They probably at the end of the life cycle, but they produce so much seed. Look at this, let's see. And sometimes the seed come from deposit into the pot, and they grow, and I just let them grow. I don't really bother with them. I just allow them to grow naturally. All right. So that's it for the video for today about seed collecting. Other plants you don't really need to collect the seeds, obviously, especially like the dragon fruit. You can use the cutting, obviously. The cherimoya tree, yeah, you definitely need the seed to grow that. And also the plumeria, the flower plant, you can use a cutting. And here we have hundreds of cutting. So we trim the tree in the front, and then we just keep the cutting. I'll leave them in a nice and cool place, and they'll be viable, so the branches actually remain viable, and you can grow them as long as they produce the roots and become a new plant. And the flowers, whatever on there, will continue to actually grow. So I would remove all the leaves once I take the branch like this. I'll remove all the leaves. So like that. Okay. Watch out for the milk that comes out. It's very sticky. And believe it or not, the flowers here will continue to actually grow from this stem. It's amazing plant. Has really great adaptations because it doesn't require any seed to grow. Even when the branches fall to the ground, it will become another tree with, if you like, if the condition is right. So I will use all this and try to propagate this. Beautiful here, especially the wide shape, 2 branches. I will propagate this into a new Plumeria plant. And by the way, this is the pink color. All right. Wow, we have a lot of stuff here. And of course, all my orchid type of flower here, I propagate them by using the cutting like this right here. See that? So I can use this one here. Once the flower is done here, I can remove this and plant them. And they're quite easy to grow. I mean, I have so many of them, so many. All right, and that's it all for our video for today. If you have any comments, questions, please post the comments for us. And we'll continue to come back to make more videos for you guys. All right. The next plan I have in my garden, believe it or not, I'm still kind of debating, is to have egg-laying chicken in my garden. So I would like to maybe use this section here, from here to all the way down there, 20 something, maybe 15 feet of space, to raise some chicken. So I want the eggs, and then I can use the chicken, litters to feed, provide nutrients for the plants. Plus I can have the eggs in the backyard. All right, thank you for watching. We hope to see you again. And by the way, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Bye for now.